You're watching TCTV News, your only source for news and entertainment on campus.
Hi, welcome to TCTV News. I'm Amy.
And I'm Natasha. In this week's news, in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, let's go over to our TCTV reporter and see how students are showing their support.
Thanks, guys. This is Bree, filling in for Robert. It's Pinktober here at Teal College, and we caught up with some students and Zeta Tau Alpha sisters to see how they support the cause of breast cancer awareness.
Hi, my name is Tyler, and I'm a sophomore here at Teal. And Friday night, I dyed my hair pink to help get the awareness of breast cancer out into the world and our campus.
I dyed my hair pink because as a member of Zeta Tau Alpha, our philanthropy is breast cancer education and awareness. And this was a way for me to show my support for the cause.
Hi, I'm Olivia Royal. I'm a sophomore at Teal College and a member of the Sigma Kappa sorority, and this is why I support Pinktober. I support Pinktober because of my aunt. 2 years ago, she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she's one of the strongest women I know because not only did she get through it, she still supports the cause.
We will also be selling bows for breast cancer as well as makeup, where the funds will go towards the Susan G. Komen Foundation and Breast Cancer Education and Awareness. So do your part and help save the boobies.
We're here with Jelani and Marquis, and they're going to tell us how they show their support for Pinktober. Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Good, good. So how do you guys show your support for the month of Pinktober and breast cancer awareness?
Mostly, for one, at the school, I've been supporting the Zeta sorority, wearing pink. Myself, I'm also supporting pink. I've also been obviously Zeta. And I gave money to my friend to give it to an organization for the kickball situation going on. And my aunt, she actually had a commercial on, and I paid the bills for that. So that's one back trip to her. And I believe that breast cancer awareness shouldn't be like a monthly thing, it should be a life thing.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for your time. We've got some passionate students here at Teal.
With homecoming right around the corner, let's see how the campus is preparing for the big weekend with our TCTV reporter, Tyler.
We're going to be trying to find out what preparations are being made for homecoming this weekend. So let's go take a look. Guys, I'm standing here today with Thanu. And Than, what do we got going on for homecoming this weekend?
All right, Tyler, it's going to be a packed weekend. On Friday, we are launching with the alumni tent party. And a little bit before that, we have our pep rally. We have cheering, dancing, and performance band. And later on, we're going to transition over to the tent party. We've set up a really fun station for all the students to come and hang out with. There's going to be a cash bar for those who are 21 and over, and get your wristbands and have a good time. The following day is, of course, our annual homecoming parade. A lot of our clubs, student organizations are joining us. Riverside Park at noon for setup, and the parade will be going through the park to College Ave starting at 1 o'clock. So make sure you show up, cheer your friends on, and later on the football game is launching at 3 o'clock. Kickoff's at 3 o'clock, I'm sorry. And then we have our halftime show. We'll be announcing who actually won Homecoming King and Queen, so you definitely want to be there for that. Later in the afternoon, we're setting up for a Tomcat homecoming bar crawl. And if you're 21 and over, you can show up to Friends of Art at 8:30 and get your registration. And we're going to take a school bus downtown, hit all the favorite spots, and you can kind of hang out with your alumni and have a good time. Also, for those of you who are not 21, OBC has planned for the official homecoming dance party, and has a futuristic theme going on. A lot of the stuff they've been keeping under wraps, so it should be pretty exciting. That's from Saturday night from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And a couple other things, if you are a junior or senior, the alumni networking reception is going to be in the Downing Dining area on Friday beginning at 4:30 p.m. So it's a great opportunity to meet alumni, join some networking opportunities, and really just have a good time.
Today,
Tyler, appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. This is Tyler Buffington reporting live here at Teal College. Now back to you guys at the desk.
An undercover cop was seen smashing the back of an SUV during an attack by a pack of angry bikers in Manhattan on Tuesday. No charges have yet been filed against the unidentified officer, who was accompanied by his attorney when he surrendered. The detective, who had originally been defended by officials as a deep undercover who failed to act in defense of the motorist who was dragged from his car and beaten because they might have unmasked him, Sources say when the videotape finally reached the surface, those officers felt duped.
Would you travel to a place that have giant killer hornets? These hornets are found in China, and they are found to be anything but gentle.
Most of the attacks have taken place in remote rural areas. The Asian giant hornet is the world's largest. It can grow up to more than 5 centimeters in length and delivers a venom containing a potent neurotoxin. Doctors warn that anyone who's been stung more than 30 times must seek immediate emergency treatment.
Wow, I would not want to go to China and get stung by one of those.
No, that's pretty terrifying. This could be the real thing or someone just playing a big prank. A hiker claimed to have snapped a picture of a mystical beast called Bigfoot in the woods of Kinzua State Park in Pennsylvania. Hiker John Stoneman says he was returning from the Kinzua Bridge Festival with his girlfriend when they saw the shape moving in the forest. He says he quickly grabbed his camera and they took pictures as they slowed the car along the road. I said to my girlfriend, "You're not going to believe how much attention I'm going to get with these shots." The Federal Reserve will start distributing the long-delayed new $100 bills to the banks across America. This will be the first time since 1996 when Ben Franklin's head got bigger and a watermark was added that the bill was redesigned. The newly designed bill has advanced security features aimed at thwarting counterfeiters. The colorful design also has thrilled money collectors, some whom are willing to pay big bucks for the new bills with the unusual serial numbers.
Parents Wayne Sperling and Larita Bailey appeared in court Tuesday for once again allowing their kids to literally live in filth. They both face felony charges for child abuse. Authorities say their 4 boys ages 2 to 6 lived in a rank-smelling apartment littered with cats, feces, flies, and urine. Authorities say the boys could not speak and only grunted. Police found similar conditions at the apartment in 2006 when they had 3 other children. All 7 kids were placed with a child services agent. No other details were available on their current status or whereabouts. 66-year-old Sterling is still in custody while 35-year-old Bailey is free on bond. An 89-year-old Indiana man pleaded guilty Tuesday in Detroit to serving as a drug mule to distribute more than 1,400 pounds of cocaine. Leo Sharp of Michigan City, Indiana, is one of the oldest criminal defendants in Detroit's federal court. He was contrite and very talkative during his appearance, saying he had never before committed a crime and that he worked for drug dealers because he needed money. Sharp, who grows lilies, owes $500,000 as part of the plea deal and has agreed to give up his lily nursery in Apopka, Florida.
Nearly 50 years after they came up with the theory, Britain's Peter Higgs and his Belgian colleague Francois Englert won the Nobel Prize in Physics Tuesday for helping explain how matter formed after the Big Bang. Working independently in the 1960s, they came up with a theory called the Higgs theory for how the fundamental building blocks of the universe clumped together, gained mass, and formed everything we see around us today. President Barack Obama will nominate Janet Yellen Wednesday as the first female head of the U.S. Federal Reserve. This comes at a time when raging political turbulence is imperiling the fragile U.S. economy. According to the officials, Obama will nominate Yellen for a 4-year term at a White House event today, which will also be attended by outgoing Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke. The 67-year-old sits in the middle of the Fed doves, those focused on stimulating the economy back to full employment. Let's see what's going on in the world of entertainment with Kanan and Megan.
Thanks, guys. I'm Kanan.
And I'm Megan, and we are bringing you this week's entertainment news.
We're from the Passivant Center, where world-renowned hypnotist Joshua Seth just performed. Now, Josh, what got you interested in the entertainment field?
This is like... Wait, I don't need this mic. I have this mic from the show. It's the best career. Even what got me interested in the entertainment field. Everybody's interested in the entertainment field. It's entertainment. It's fun. It's a great lifestyle. I get to travel around. I get to play in these awesome theaters like this every night. Meet people. Yeah, I play Ty on Digimon. and that was probably the biggest thing that broke open my voiceover career was Digimon, the main voice in a movie called Akira, which is really good and a lot of people haven't seen, so definitely Netflix it or something. I'm in just 60-some animated TV shows and movies, lots of stuff. SpongeBob, I do lots of voices in that, and I do, as you saw, I did voices in the show and after the show and so forth. And I'm always surprised, like people show up and they brought things to sign DVDs and such, so I mean that's pretty cool. Some of these things I did 10 years ago and people grew up with, and it's still out there, and it has definitely informed my stage work. You know, being able to do voice work and being able to think on your feet and improv has helped me, I think, as a live entertainer. It kind of makes the show more more unpredictable, more unique each time I do it. It makes it more interesting for me.
All right, is there, just to kind of conclude the interview, is there anything that you would want to say to the Teal students who maybe didn't come out to the show?
You missed it!
All right. That's all from here at the Passive Event Center. I'm Richard Bench. Back to you guys at the desk.
Holly Berry and Oliver Martinez welcome a baby boy. Oscar-winning Berry delivered a baby boy Saturday at Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles, her first child with her husband Oliver Martinez. This is Holly Berry's second child. She is also a mom to a 5-year-old Nala, her daughter with Xavier Aubrey Martinez, first revealed that he is and stunning wife were expecting a boy in June, with the call star telling people, "My son will remain an American, but I will remain French."
Naya Rivera, who went public as an engaged woman for the first time last night at Latina Magazine's Hollywood Hot List Party, was spotted out in LA chatting on her cell phone, sipping a beverage from a coffee bean and tea leaf, and rocking that huge new rock. The Glee star couldn't help but show off her big diamond from fiancé Big Sean as she held her keys and coffee.
Lamar Odom's crack cocaine addiction has become so severe that his own drug dealer has stopped supplying him with drugs. Sources close to the dealer said that Odom kept calling incessantly, demanding more crack cocaine. The dealer is said to have gotten scared and decided to stop dealing the drugs to Odom. Odom checked out a rehabilitation center in Los Angeles after just spending one day there. According to Odom's drug dealing, Odom purchased $16,000 worth of cocaine while he was in New York in February. Odom was arrested on charges of driving under the influence in Los Angeles in this past August.
Kanye West and Kim Kardashian posed in the buff for French magazine since they stepped out on the scene arm in arm with matching kicks and froyo cups. Last March, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian have been very public with their love. Now, Kim and her baby daddy put it all out there literally for a very public display of affection. The two posed bare in a steamy embrace for the cover of the French magazine L'Officiel. Homies, I wonder how their kid is going to feel when it sees this picture.
Fox just announced that Simpsons had been picked up for a historic 26th season in the comedy starring one of the most dysfunctional families on the small screen. Is the longest running script show running in television history. Kevin Riley, chairman of Fox Entertainment, said that this is a statement for more than a quarter of a century. The Simpsons had captured the hearts and minds of fans in a midway that transcends ages, language, and cultures.
Police have arrested Jonathan Wilper after he reportedly scaled the wall at the R&B superstar Rihanna's Los Angeles estate. Friday morning, the suspect seemed to have some delusions knowing about the Diamonds singer and being friends with her. Rihanna's security team spotted the alleged infiltrator and alerted the cops, who took the man into custody at 11 a.m., approximately a mile from her home.
Opened up in a revealing article for the latest issue of Harper's Bazaar, Madonna discloses that she was raped years ago. Madge, who penned the piece herself, touched upon it, making it in New York City at being a young age, being daring daring in raising a family of 4 children. The most shocking part of the Living Legends mini tell-all is centered around the topic of sexual abuse. Madonna explains that she is raped during her early days in the Big Apple, and that she faced all the types of violence and prejudice while trying to make a name for herself.
Stay tuned after this commercial as we take a look at the NHL season opener and other sports news.
Thanks, guys. I'm Bree.
And I'm Paul, and here's what's going on in the world of sports. The Teal Tomcats football team suffered another loss this past weekend to Waynesburg after Waynesburg scored 3 touchdowns in the first quarter and managed to hold the Tomcats scoreless until the fourth. The Tomcats did manage to score 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, but it was not enough to make a full comeback after Waynesburg also was able to reach the end zone 2 more times in the second half and reach a total of 35 points. The Tomcats will take on the St. Vincent Bearcats this weekend at home for the homecoming game, so be sure to come out and support your Tomcats on Saturday.
The Pirates are definitely making quite the run this postseason by already winning 3 of the 4 games they have played so far in October. They managed to beat the Reds in the wild card playoff game and also win 2 out of 3 games they have played so far against the St. Louis Cardinals. The fans have put a pun on the month of October by calling it Bucktober, because they are quite excited to finally see their Pirates in the playoffs after a long 21-year playoff drought. If the Pirates win one of the next 2 games against the Cardinals, they will be advancing to the National League Championship Series.
Yeah, it would be crazy to see the Pirates win a World Series first time since, 79, I believe it was.
Yeah, that would be crazy. Let's go over to the soccer field with CJ and see how this year's boys and girls teams are doing.
Thanks, guys. This is CJ Thompson here for TCTV, and today we're going to be taking a look at the men's 5-7 soccer team and the women's 6-4 soccer team, just to see what can be improved on and what we can do better.
My expectations at this point in time, our record's 6-4. So we had our first conference game last weekend. It was a little disappointing with the loss, but the conference is going to be a challenge. But I think our girls are up to it, and they're very determined to do well this year.
Well, I feel doing great. Honestly, where we're at right now is we're having a few little obstacles in front of us, but overall we've been able to accomplish many of our goals this season. One of the biggest goals we accomplished was getting 5 wins. Last year's team, that's the maximum amount of wins they reached. We reached 5 wins in the first 8 games, so we were really proud of that. It's a big goal for us, and some of our future goals that we're looking to do is to increase that to 8. Most win totals here at Teal has been 8. We're only 3 games away with about 6 games left, so we're in good contention to do well. So I would say we're doing great.
We're doing pretty well. We put in a lot of hard work. We've got a new coach, so there are a lot of new things turning. So it's kind of hard to click in the beginning, but we've really picked it up into pack. We took a tough loss last night, but hopefully we'll be able to bounce back against Waynesburg on Saturday.
As you guys can see, as all good teams, there are things we can improve on, and there's things we've done well. Now, let's get a string of wins pulled together, and let's win this pack. Back to you guys in the studio.
The Steelers have started this 2013 season with 0 wins and 4 losses, which is their worst start since the 1968 season, which was the season before Chuck Noll took over as head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Starting quarterback for the Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger, has not been very pleased with how the team has been playing, and even said record-wise, the Steelers are one of the worst teams in the league at the moment. The Steelers did have their bye week this past Sunday, so hopefully that will help them prepare for the rest of the season. The Steelers will travel to New Jersey this upcoming week to take on the New York Jets.
The Denver Broncos and the Dallas Cowboys played quite an exciting offensive game this past Sunday, and it was mostly due to the success of both teams' star quarterbacks. Manning of the Broncos threw for 4 touchdown passes and 414 yards, as well as only threw 1 interception. Tony Romo of the Cowboys threw for 5 touchdowns and a remarkable 506 yards while also throwing 1 interception as well. Even though Romo threw for more yards and touchdowns than Manning, the Broncos still managed to come out on top at the end of the game with a final score of 51-48. The NHL season is finally underway this year, and the Pittsburgh Penguins are definitely out to a good start so far. The Penguins beat the New Jersey Devils in the season opener with a score of 3-0, and they also slashed the Buffalo Sabres 4-1 over the weekend. The Penguins look to have a strong full season this year with no lockout and only star defenseman Chris Letang out with injury to start the season. The Penguins definitely have a chance to be a Stanley Cup contender at the end of the season. I don't know about you, Bree, but I'm pretty excited for the NHL season.
Yeah, I want to see another one of those fights that we just saw. So do you think that you're strong and fast as well? You think that you're buff and that you're tough too? Well, then you should definitely think about joining the Teal College rugby team this year. If you are serious about joining the team, you should talk to senior Andrew Denson about playing and when there will be practices. The team had a 3-2 record last year and should be better with some more depth this year, definitely. So come out and show everyone how buff you really are. The Teal women's volleyball team picked up their first PAC win over the weekend against Chatham University, winning the match in a sweeping fashion by winning the first 3 games to take the match. Freshman Alana Kiesling had an astonishing match with 11 kills, and senior Leanna Yeager had a remarkable 7 blocks in the match as well. Hopefully this win will give the team the confidence they need to turn this season around. The team has another big PAC matchup this Saturday, home against Waynesburg, so come out and support your Tomcats. After a rough last week of the regular season and losing the National League wildcard game to the Pirates, Cincinnati Reds manager Dusty Baker has been fired from the organization. On Friday, Baker told USA Today that it's going to take a couple of days just to pack my stuff up. I wasn't ready for this. I really wasn't. I thought I'd still be here. General manager Walt Jocketty stated that his decision was based on the way the Reds had been playing currently, but he also said this when talking about his decision. The last 6 games certainly played a big part in this, so it looks like Dusty is going to be hitting the dusty trails.
Are the New York Yankees ever going to catch a break? With all the buzz about Alex Rodriguez's steroid case appeal, now the Yankees may also have to start looking for a new manager as well. The Chicago Cubs have showed interest in Joe Girardi and would like to be able to talk a deal with him about managing for the 2014 season. There has been no talks yet with the Cubs and the current Yankee skipper because the Yankees also offered Girardi a deal to try and lock him up for the next couple of seasons. This is definitely a huge decision for Girardi since he played for the Yankees, but his hometown is Chicago.
Think about the Yankees, Paul.
I don't know. I'm a Phillies fan, so I can't really say much about the Yankees. Finally, after being injured in playoffs over a year ago and sitting out the entire last season, Derrick Rose is finally going to make his return to the NBA for the first regular season game this year. Rose has been practicing with the team regularly and played a full game at practice in the past week and said that he felt no pain in his knee and he does not feel that he is going to be restricted to play in this year's upcoming season at all. The Chicago Bulls' whole organization has definitely long awaited the return of Derrick Rose, and he is definitely going to make an impact on the court this season. We'll now head over to Bree, who is talking to former Teal student turned staff member Ryan Prescott on his new duties on campus.
Hi, welcome to this special segment of Teal Talk. My name is Bree, and today we're here with Ryan Prescott to tell us a little bit about his job and the impact that he's going to make on Teal this semester. Ryan, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your position and your new job here on campus?
Well, last semester you know that I interimly took over for Barbara Blue, and then she left. I took over for Barb, and then we brought a new guy. His name was Than, and so I'm a resident director, and I do my graduate assistantship under him, under student activities and involvement, and my focus is on community service and leadership. He gave me the choice to do Greek life or activities as my graduate assistantship, and I've been kind of burned out after the past couple of years, so I decided to take on a new adventure, and it's been working out really, really well so far. Yeah.
Perfect. So what are you studying at YSU?
Student affairs and college counseling. That's the whole gist of it. That's the whole title.
Wow, that's really interesting. What do you want to do with that?
Ultimately, I'd like to move up the tier system in student affairs, and I'd like to be a dean one day. I hope that my next position.
Like Mike McKinney.
He's my idol.
There you
so
go.
If he's out there, Mike McKinney, you're my idol. But I'd like to move up in the tier system, whether it be a coordinator or a director, and then hopefully eventually an assistant dean or an associate dean or a dean would be awesome. And it's pretty cool because there's like a plethora of things that I would like to do. I work in residence life now. I really like that. I've done student activities in Greek life. I really like that. I really, really like community service and leadership. So kind of broadening my horizons right now.
Yeah, you have a very broad spectrum.
Yeah, and I really enjoy it, and so I'm really excited.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your favorite class at YSU? And what was your favorite class here? Because you were a student.
My favorite class here is obviously announcing. That was probably with Dr. Evans. I don't know if you know Dr. Evans, but that was my favorite class.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's all right. And then my favorite class at YSU is called Counseling Theory.
Okay.
And surprisingly, it's actually probably the driest class out of the whole core requirement. But I like it a lot because it's a lot of reading and it's a lot of writing, and those are two things I can do well. You give me a long division problem, I'll be in class for like 3 hours. So it's really something I can succeed in, and you really learn a lot. I struggled a little bit at the beginning. Because most people in this program were psych majors in undergrad, and I'm a double communication major. So I struggled a little bit, but I've caught up, and I feel like it's almost my second chance because I have a 4.0 so far. So I kind of want to keep it, and yeah, I'm excited about it.
What GPA did you graduate with from Teal?
A 4.0, duh. No, but not as good, and I want to get straight A's at YSU and make up for it. So.
That's really awesome. You have big dreams.
Yeah, I do.
You do. So how does your time as a student here compare to your time now as staff?
I think it was like a very hard transition last semester, but I was able to figure it out. And one thing I really benefit from is the staff members here. We have a very young professional staff, and so I was able to fill that void. I was very involved. So having a close-knit group of friends that are my age kind of fills that void for me. And it's really a nice outlet, and I'm really able to channel my anxiety of not being able to hang out with my fraternity, but it's working out. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, well, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we return, Ryan is going to tell us a little bit about his community service projects here at Teal called Service Saturdays. Okay, welcome back to our Teal Talk segment. We're here with Ryan Prescott, and we've been talking about his new position. So now we're gonna ask him about his Service Saturdays and how he thinks those are going so far. Tell us a little bit about it first.
Well, whenever I took on community service and leadership, I wanted to do something that was very consistent, because a lot of times in student affairs, there's weeks where you're really, really busy, and then there's days where you're really kind of just hanging out. And I wanted something that was consistent. And so I did a playoff of words, and I did Service Saturdays. And basically what it is in my position, in addition to helping the Greeks meet their national and local philanthropic incentives, I have to create service projects and service opportunities for people that aren't necessarily in an organization or have to be in an organization to give back. So, in simplest terms, I create a project, have it on a Saturday, call it Service Saturdays, and have people sign up. A lot of times I'm placing disciplinary kids, but more than that, the majority are just people that want to sign up and give back. I have a great rapport with the international students. They sign up for everything, and it is the coolest thing in the world, and it's awesome to see how much they want to learn when they're over here. So that's pretty rewarding to see. We've had a lot of different events come our way, and a lot of people that want to sign up for us. It's actually coming to the point where I have to say yes and no to certain people, for people signing up and for people that want to do events with us. During September, we did a whole month dedicated to St. Paul's. So we did a walk for Alzheimer's with them. We did a walk at Bull Park for a few different philanthropies. We've done a car cruise there. So we've done a bunch of things with them, and we have a really, really good relationship with St. Paul's. For this month, we are going to Stray Haven. So that's a little bit more relaxed, and basically you walk dogs, and you get community service hours for it, and you get to meet other schools that are doing it, so that's pretty cool. And some other things we're doing is we're going to have basically a community cleanup day, because we're doing Halloween on Main Street. So it's going to be a cleanup day before, cleanup day after. And like I said, if you're placed in some sort of disciplinary thing, you can just get your hours in that day instead of washing cars for a month, and you're actually learning how to give back to your community. So it's a good message I think we're sending to Teal and to the students. I think for October, that's pretty much it. Oh no, we're going to the Good Shepherd as well in October. So I'm hoping after this, for the remaining months of the academic year, that we can really branch out, maybe go to Hermitage or other places in the Mercer area. So, yeah.
That's awesome. That all sounds like some really fun things that we could all get involved in.
Yeah, it is cool.
All right, Ryan. Well, thank you for coming in today and talking to us.
Having me.
No problem. All right, guys. That's all we have with Ryan Prescott. And make sure you get involved with some community service on Saturdays. Back to you at the desk.
Now let's see what the weather is looking like for homecoming weekend with Anna.
Thank you, Amy. I'm Covey with the weather. Our temperature tonight is 43 degrees. We have a humidity of 89%. We have a barometric pressure of 30.29, and our wind right now is going east at 7 miles per hour. As you can see over here in the Midwest, it's starting to warm up for this weekend, and thank the Lord, because it's homecoming weekend. Down in the south, you can see it's getting really hot. We're going to have a heat wave coming up. As you can also see that we have no precipitation coming our way this evening, so that's really nice. And our 7-day forecast, Thursday and Friday, it's going to be very nice. Saturday for homecoming, it's going to be sunny and warm all day with a low of 50 at night. So bundle up that evening, but enjoy your game that afternoon. Sunday, we have a small chance of precipitation, and the rest of the week, we also have a small chance of precipitation. Back to you at the front desk.
For a few precious moments, the fate of one seal hung in the balance, literally, as the seal itself balanced on the tip of a great white shark's nose. This time around, the seal snatched life from the jaws of death and escaped. Talk about a close shave.
That's one lucky little seal.
I know, and seals are so cute. It's a good thing he survived.
I know. Well, that's all the time we have for TCTV News. I'm Natasha.
And I'm Amy. Until next time, Teal, stay classy.
You've been watching TCTV News, your only source for news and entertainment on campus.